Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be doing the quest line for Fia the Deathbed Companion. This is a woman that we saw at the very intro cutscene of the game, and she's one of the few tarnished who have been guided by Grace in order to fulfill their new tasks that the Grace wants them to do. But anyway, if you want to find Fia, she's found just beside in this area right here to the right of the spirit tuning girl.
Greetings, great champion.
But yeah, here she is.
I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Round Table Hall. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act.
Okay, so a girl literally lets us being held, I guess. Well, I mean, no man is ever gonna refuse her, so yeah, sure.
My thanks, great champion.
Though to be honest, the way she words this entire act at first led me to believe that she's definitely gonna cause some kind of harm to me.
You are very warm.
Okay,
What you felt light up inside you was a Baldakin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me, should you require another. I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
okay, so apparently letting her hold you gives us a blessing. However, the reality is that it's not really a blessing, but instead it's a detriment to you, because if you let her hold you, the Baldakin blessing she talks about actually decreases your HP by 5%. Now, to be honest, it's a very small amount, so it's not a big deal. And if you want to remove this effect, you can simply go into your inventory and use this item over here, which temporarily boosts your poise, although I guess it also gives you some other benefits as well. So once you use it, the detriment obviously goes away, but in order to continue this quest line, we have to continue to have this Baldakin blessing within us.
Again. Would you like me to hold you once more? The blessing is still aflame in your breast, dear. Would you like to be held, regardless?
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that I am, ripped enough to not have them be called as breasts. But whatever. Anyway, so the next time I think if we let her hold us,
You are so.
yeah, we can get a option to talk to her in secret.
I was known as a deathbed companion. Where I come from, after I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace and chased from my birthplace. Pray, be kind. Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes.
Okay, well, that is definitely some backstory right there, I guess. But yeah, if you are feeling that you and her had some special connection, then I'm afraid to tell you, but you're not the only champion she has, held and felt the warmth of. But anyway, we can further this conversation by asking her for a favor, apparently.
My dear, might I ask something of you? Could you please find the owner of this dagger and return it to them?
Okay, yeah, that option is a bit weird because I think that option is asked by Fia to us. But for some reason, we get the option to ask her for a favor even though she's asking us for a favor. Yeah, this quest, just like Rani's quest, has some stupid things in it.
A certain person gave it to me as a gift. It's a very precious thing. It must have a special place in the owner's heart. So I would like for the original owner to have it back, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I'd like you to find the owner of it's a very precious.
Alright.
Good day to you.
So she has given us a weathered dagger. And she says she has been gifted this thing and the owner must really like it. I really wonder now why she wants to return it. Well, I don't know how, but if you have actually like followed the quest line of this guy right here named simply as D, yeah, I don't know what this guy's parents were thinking when they decided to name him that. But yeah, the dagger she just gave us belongs to this guy. Now this guy, funnily enough, is actually someone who does not like people who live in death. And Fia is a deathbed companion who is completely opposite to her ideas. Yeah, surely giving him this dagger definitely isn't some kind of, let's just say a play on the fate, I guess.
The map indicates where the gateway is hidden. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman.
Okay, now we can give him the weathered dagger.
Well, what have we here? How did you get your hands on that dagger? Well, that hardly matters. I know very well whose dagger it is. Why don't I return it to them for you? Good work bringing this to me.
Yeah, well, he's definitely not doing that now, is he? But anyway, once we rest at the Grace, he is gone. But where could he have gone? Well, let's ask Fia. Oh, she's not here too. And surprise, surprise, that door over there which was closed before is now open. Okay, well, something is definitely fishy going. Well, yeah, something is fishy going on here. So here we have D dead over here. His armor, and yeah, he has been death blighted. Okay, and what is Fia doing here?
Finally, it is returned to its rightful place. The stolen hallowbrand of the exalted noble. And now, I must bid you goodbye as well, though I ask you deliver this message to the Round Table Hold. I am Fia, Deathbed Companion. Hark, Round Table. Disturb not the death of Godwyn, the exalted. We who humbly live in death, live in waiting, to one day welcome our Lord. What right does anyone have to object? Our Lord will rise, the Lord of the many and the meek.
And with that, Fia disappears. Or who knows, maybe she wasn't here to begin with and we were just imagining all of this. But yeah, regardless, that seals D's fate. Now, to be honest, this quest starts off like really early on with a character named Sorcerer Roger. But I didn't show that off because I think in order to progress that quest, you need to ask him for help in the boss fight for Margit the Fell, which I did not do because I wanted to do these fights solo. Anyway, as for Fia, you can follow her, but there are two ways to follow her basically. Now, one is from the underground, from where, you remember the place where we fought the Regal Ancestor Spirit? Yeah, but there's another place that you can go to in order to reach Fia now, because she's in a deep underground city basically. And while the path from the, Ancestor Woods, I think is the place called, it would be shorter Well, I'm not gonna lie, I will never get any excuse to go to the subterranean shunning grounds, which is this area right here. And so I'm just gonna go through this area instead. Because there are two ways that you can go through here. So yeah, I'm gonna pick this one. Also the other side, well, let's just say it's just not a very fun place to be in, which is why I'm just gonna take this path instead. Let's say we can explore a little bit of the, Lanedale's history here of what they did to people they did not wanted in their city. But anyway, crossing through the sewers here, now we can... I think the main complex is pretty close by. Okay, and there are a bunch of rats here, so just be careful. Well, door opening invincibility frames. But anyway, now we have Omen here. But before we deal with them, let's just grab this right here. Okay. And now there are like multiple paths in this area. So like this is one of the most confusing area in the entire game. So yeah, let's just see if I can get through this place without getting lost too many times. Because getting lost here is honestly very common. Okay. I think if we just go through here and... Okay, well, I already messed up. Okay, we were not supposed to fall down here. Okay, so just be careful here because some of the enemies here are really strong. Okay. Is that a door? I mean, it is, but I can't open it. Anyway, I need to make my way back up here. Also, this place is really dark. I can't even imagine coming here with a greatsword without having a lantern. Though to be honest, even if that's the case, you should never be without a lantern. Okay, but anyways, how do you get out of this here? So this is the wrong place, unfortunately, because I fell down the pipe, which you aren't supposed to do. Okay, for some reason it did not open last time. Okay, never mind. Okay, so now we can go here, I guess. Yes, so make sure that when you're on upper pipes, to always see whether there's a hole there or not. If there's a hole, chances are you're not supposed to drop down it. So just be careful of that. But anyway, I think this can... okay, I think I fell down from here only, so... Yeah, if we jump through here, we can arrive to this place. Now, let's take left here, see if we are correct. Okay, no, we're not. This is the wrong way. I mean, you can go over there if you want, but let's just be honest here. You're not gonna have a great time staying in this place for like very long periods of time. So yeah, let's just go through the grid, I guess. Okay, and surprise attacks from snails, I guess. Luckily we're too strong right now. But yeah, more Omen. And yeah, I'm just gonna skip these guys because these Omen are really powerful. By the way, if you're really astute, you may notice that these Omens have horns on their, bodies. Which is a strange sign considering Omens don't usually have horns on their bodies. And well, there's an entire lore about it, but to summarize it in short, Omen are considered in Leyndell to be, well, not worthy of, being citizens because they are not considered to be part of grace, essentially. However, some of the Omens are born into royalty or sometimes even godhood, like Mohg and Morgoth are buddies, but literally born to the gods. And yeah, if they are born into such privileged lives, then they're not getting their horns cut, because like that's what happens to most omens. But if you're born into a royalty and you're omen, your horns don't get cut, but instead you are thrown into these sewers right here, and you're supposed to live your life here. So yeah, Morgoth and Mohg both lived in this area only, but they both managed to escape after the shattering. So yeah, that's the lore here and why these omen are so powerful, and also they have horns on their bodies, while the most of the omens that you're gonna see don't actually have them. Okay, just be careful of these guys because they can be really powerful. Okay. Alright, that bleed proc was pretty clutch, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, and we get the Omen Barn. I think that's what it's called, I don't honestly know. But anyways, so now where we need to go is over on that pipe behind us. But unfortunately the only way to go there is to go around. And now you guys will know why I haven't shown you all the caves and catacombs that I've explored up till this point. And it's because of these things called imp statues. And if you want to know what the imp statues are, you remember those little, buggers in Dark Souls 3 which were always hanging around on walls and had like these extremely annoying movesets? Yeah, these imp statues are basically that exact same enemy, except they have like really high poise for some reason. You're not sure why that is the case, but unfortunately it is the case. So yeah, but anyway, where we're supposed to go is here. Now, okay, I think this is the wrong side. So yeah, we're not supposed to be on this side. You just know from the scarabs over there. If you see scarabs, I think that's the wrong place to be. Instead you have to go to the opposite side. Okay, here. And now just be careful over here because I think there are giant rats here. And now for the most part you're supposed to not fall down here, but I'm pretty sure taking a right from there, or left, sorry. Yeah, you're supposed to fall down here, and well, just be careful of some Lanedale royalists, or I don't know, maybe they are just regular citizens who are just hanging about for some reason. I'm not sure what their deal is. I wouldn't really choose this as a place to live, but okay. But yeah, luckily I did manage to navigate my way out of the freaking sewers, which is really good. But anyway, after taking that ritual pot, we can just take this elevator to the very bottom. Alright, so now that we are here, now we'll be seeing a familiar face. So yeah, let's see who that is. Now, this boss fight can be a little bit annoying, unfortunately, but this either you deal with this or you deal with the other boss fight in the Ancestral Woods in order to, get to the unnamed city. And the boss that we have to fight is, yep, our old buddy Mohg. Yep, he's come back from the dead. And here he is. Okay, I'm just joking. This is not the real Mohg. This is a fake version. You remember how Margit was a fake version of Morgoth that popped up in both Lanedale and in Stormvale? Yeah, apparently there's a fake version of Mohg just guarding the sewers part for some reason. Now, luckily for people who hate this boss fight, you at least won't have to deal with knee heal in this one. Because this fake version of Mohg cannot knee heal. So it will only remain in his first phase. But just be careful because this guy still has pretty much all the other melee attacks that Mohg has. But we go. Okay. Alright, there we go. And we get his signature incantation now, the Blood Flame Talons, which is pretty decent, by the way. It's not that great, but I think it's okay if you have the correct circumstances to use it. But anyway, you also get a pretty good charm in the Earth Tree Favor +1. But most importantly, now you can access the deepest part of the Lanedale Shunning Grounds, which holds a pretty dark secret. Yeah, and this is the dark secret right here. There are so many of these guys over here. And if you can't identify who these guys are, remember all the merchants that we have been seeing all around, the state of the lands between? Yep. These are all the merchants. This used to be the merchants' race until Lanedale decided to just trap all of them here and let them die from starvation. And then these guys were claimed by the Flame of Frenzy, unfortunately. I think that was the accusation. We don't really know why the entire population of the traders was, treated this way. But yeah, this is what happened to all of them. Okay. So yeah, just be careful while going down here. This can be a little bit of a problem, unfortunately. Alright. Okay, whew. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. Now be careful. Some of these traders can be hostile and they use pretty powerful incantations. So yeah, just be mindful of that. But if you play your cards correct and you carefully get down, you can simply jump right here. And you arrive in that place. So what is that exactly? Well, for those of you who don't know, that door leads to the 3 fingers that hold the Flame of Frenzy within them. So yeah, if you wish to unlock another one of the many endings that this game has, that's your way of doing it. But anyway, we can ask Melina herself what this is. If you talk to her here, she can tell you what this is.
If you intend to claim the frenzied flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that. Is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion. Please, leave the frenzied flame alone.
And yeah, that's your answer. So, you know, Melina says that, you can go to the Flame of Ruin and then use that to burn the Earth Tree so that, you can access the, center area, which was, blocked by those thorns once we defeated Morgoth. But you don't need the Flame of Ruin. You can simply take this flame instead and do the job yourself. However, there are serious ramifications for doing so, so just be careful of that and, maybe explore some other endings of the game before you decide to take that path. But anyways, yeah, so but since we are focusing on Fia's quest right now, I'm just not going to delve into that too much right now, but instead, where we are supposed to go is over here. And yeah, this place is called, I think, Deeproot Basin or something like that. I don't remember its name. We'll see when it pops up. Okay, Deeproot Depths. My bad. But yeah. So in order to continue Fia's quest line, you need to reach this area. Now, there is actually like 2 ways to reach this place, and both of them involve you doing a boss fight. Except in my opinion, Moog the Omen is just straight up the better boss fight to do rather than the other one that you have to do. I'm not gonna spoil that for you, but if you want to do that, you have to take an alternate path from the ancestral woods where we fought the regal ancestor spirit. But anyway, just be careful here. These guys can be a little bit annoying. Plus, falling down from here is really going to suck. So, yeah, make sure that doesn't happen to you. Okay, just be careful of heights. Jumping from too high may get you killed. And yeah, here we have another eternal city. Yep, there were 3 of them apparently. One is Noxtella, one is Nokron. Those 2 we know of. But then there's this one which has no name. Now this one used to have a name, but it no longer has one. Also, you may notice that this eternal city's sky looks very different. The other eternal cities had, like, you know, basically night looking skies with, like, you know, stars and stuff like that, you know, glitter all of their roof. But this one doesn't have that. Now apparently all that glitter and glamour that those, you know, Noxtella and Nokron have, yeah, it comes from some kind of magic. But unfortunately, this city once had that kind of magic, but it was taken away from it. Now, who could have taken it away? It's heavily implied that it was none other than Astel, and that's why his den looks so suspiciously, like, you know, well lit up. Apparently, Astel's actual lair did not used to look like that. Instead, he stole the light of this eternal city. Apparently, this is a theory. I'm not sure if this is proved or not. But yeah, he stole the light from this eternal city and made its own. So that's why the light of this city we see in Astel's lair, where this city has no light of its own. But anyway, once you progress in Fia's questline long enough and you let her kill D, you can arrive in this place right here. And in front of us is the dying carcass of Godwin, who was the very first child and the elder brother of Morgoth and Mo. He was the very first child of Queen Marika and the first Elden Lord, Godfrey. So yeah, this is the Lord that Fia took the warmth of champions for in order to give him a new life. And yeah, he has been turned into some weird creature. But that's not our problem, because right now we have to deal with Fia's champions, you know, the other people that she hugged and took the warmth from. Okay. And then we have our buddy Sorcerer Roger. Now, you didn't meet him in this series of mine because, as I said, he's supposed to be helping you defeat Margit, but I didn't took his help because I wanted to do that boss fight on my own. But yeah, you eventually have to face him here, because Fia took his warmth as well and is now using that in order to stop us from apparently ruining Godwin's way of existing. Okay, just be careful here. This fight can be a little bit annoying. Okay. And now we have 3 champions together. Oh my god. Okay. Ooh. just be careful here, because this can be a pretty tough boss fight. Okay, Death Blight. Not exactly something I would call cool, but okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely feel like an invader right now. Okay, one of them is down. Okay. Oh, okay, I was out of stamina. Alright, now this guy is alone. Alright, there we go. Ooh. And we get a garbage spell in Fia's Mist, which unfortunately does not work in PvE because Death Blight cannot be applied to any normal enemy in the game. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. But anyway, once all of our champions are defeated, you can come here and talk to Fia herself.
Ah, there you are. I knew you would come. What is it you intend? To deny us and our ways, like the dogmatic brutes of the Golden Order.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, while obviously that's not what we came here for, the way our character says, no, I just want to be held. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty funny.
You are an odd one. I am the guardian of those who live in death. They call me a foul and rotten witch. Yet you still wish to be held by me?
Well, what can I say? Hugs are very powerful. But anyways,
Have you ever seen a Hallowbrand? When the first of the demigods died, his flesh was marked with the half-wheel wound of the centipede. Godwyn's Hallowbrand has since been recovered at the Round Table Hold, but there is another Hallowbrand out there somewhere, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord. When Godwyn died, a Hallowbrand scored his flesh, but another exists. Another mark in the shape of the half-wheel wound of the centipede, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord. My hands will be dirtied once more by the deed. Will you still let me hold you, even then?
okay. So now her wish is to receive a Hallowbrand, which, if you don't know, is essentially a kind of great rune only. But this particular great rune has two parts, and one she recovered from D after killing him, but the other one exists somewhere else. Now, if you followed Rani the Witch's questline, you know that Rani slayed her own flesh and stole a part of the destined death in order to do so. Now, if you don't know, Godwyn was killed by the destined death as well, and Rani is very much heavily implied to have orchestrated this murder. So obviously, if one Hallowbrand was on Godwyn's body, the other one must be on Rani's actual corpse. Now, we know actually where her actual corpse is, and that's where we need to go. And if you followed Rani the Witch's questline and you completed it, or at least gave her the Fingerslayer blade, you may recall she gave us a particular item. Yeah, well, that item is the key of receiving this other half of the Hallowbrand, so both of Fia's and Rani's quests are actually intertwined. And in order to continue this quest line, we have to now make our way to the Carian Study Hall, which also acts as the Divine Tower of Caria. So yeah, after putting the weird hourglass that Rani gave us on this pedestal right here, something happens to this tower. Now, if you originally come to this tower, you may have noticed that there's really not anything to do here. the only path that, seems to be looking to take you somewhere doesn't actually lead you anywhere. And that is because this tower is missing this particular piece right here that we just placed here. And once you place this hourglass over here, the tower actually completely changes. Now, I didn't show you what the tower looked like before because it's not that important to us. But basically, as you can now notice, the tower has been inverted. So yeah, if you thought that, at the end of this place, there was a way to go forward except you couldn't find a way to get to that place. Yeah, well, now you know. Because the tower was not in its correct position. This tower is actually an inverted building. Now, unfortunately, this preceptor over here, who is trying to be really annoying, is present even if you don't invert the towers. But, yeah. The thing about this guy is that even if you kill him at that time, he's still going to appear here. Just to annoy you. And yeah, he can do a lot of damage with those great heavy soul arrows. So just be careful of that. Oh well, I guess they're not great heavy soul arrows. They're instead Loretta's great bow. Which is just unfortunate. Oh my god. Okay, he did way less damage there for some reason. Okay, but yeah, we can just take a plunge over here. And luckily, I think a plunge over here and we should be golden. Okay, yeah. So we made it here. Now, when you came originally, you may have seen this thing being inverted and you must be wondering how to press this switch. Well, you can't press it at that time. In order to press this switch and, actually make this elevator work, you have to get Rani's inverted hourglass kind of doll or whatever she gave you, honestly. And yeah, once you do that, only then can you progress further in this place. Okay. And now you can open up this door right here. And yeah, there we go. Right in front of us is the Divine Tower of Liurnia. Well, anyway, after that painfully long run, and also the painfully long elevator section, because obviously every single Divine Tower in this game has that, we can arrive in this place, and this time, as you can see, there are no two fingers. Instead, we have this dead corpse of some woman. And obviously, now that we know, this is the corpse of Rani. This was her actual body. And on this, we can find the curse mark of death. The other brand specifically, which Fia doesn't have. But anyway, now once we get this, we can return to Fia and give the curse brand to her.
This is the other Hallow brand. How did you... Oh, my utmost thanks. With this, Godwyn can take his rightful place as first of the dead and claim a second, illustrious life. You are mine, our true champion. And though I can't be of any use to you, can I hold you tight? If only for a moment.
Okay, now we're being tightly held. And now we get the radiant Baldachin's blessing.
I will soon lay with Godwyn, and it will surely stir within me the new life of the Golden Prince, and first dead of the demigods, as the rune of those who live in death. Please, do one thing for me. Brandish this child, my rune, and take for yourself the throne. Stay the persecution of those who live in death by becoming our Elden Lord. I will soon lay to Brandish must stay by becoming
Okay, so she's basically repeating everything she just said. Now, unfortunately, I don't know why this happens to me, but the final dialogue that she's supposed to say here, she doesn't say until you sit on her grace again after talking to her. Yeah, not sure why that happens to me, but I'm just gonna do that right away because her dialogue is not over yet. It just for some reason doesn't end as soon as you start talking to her. But yeah, as you heard, she now wants us to become an Elden Lord that specifically favors those who live in death, because those who live in death are not favored by the Earth Tree.
This is goodbye, my dear, but I am satisfied. I choose to lie with Godwin of my own will, not the remains of one chosen for me, and I will bear a child who will inherit your warmth too. What greater blessing could there be but to be born a deathbed companion?
Yeah, but I don't know about
This
that
is
one.
good. I choose to
But
die
sure,
with what greater-
whatever.
This is goodbye, my
Oh.
but I choose and
I
will
spammed
win
too
it.
much.
What greater-
But yeah, anyways, that is supposed to be the last thing that she says to you. For some reason, for me, she didn't say it at the time when I had, initiated this talk, but whatever. But anyway, once she says that to you, which is goodbyes, essentially, yeah, she now lays there. But before we go ahead, let me just level up a little quick. I think I probably have enough of these stats now, so probably just put more in dexterity because my current weapon is a dex weapon. But anyways, once Fia starts to lay with Godwin like this, you can actually enter her deathbed dream by touching her. Yeah, a lot of physical contact involved in this quest, huh? But anyways, and once you visit her deathbed dream, you are immediately thrown into the best boss fight in this entire game, which is Lich Dragon Fortisax. Okay, oh my god. Now I sincerely apologize for the frame rate here, but yeah, it's not gonna be good. Oh my god, never mind. Well, forgot about the frame rate. Yeah, I should probably apologize for my bad gameplay as well, because he immediately destroyed me. Okay, attempt number 3. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, at least in attempt number 3, my frame rate hasn't gone completely garbage as soon as the fight started. Okay. Oh my god, okay. My god, this boss fight is way too chaotic, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, he's doing his death lightning knife now. Okay, not sure how he missed me there. I got hit by that. Okay, I'm kinda out of healing now. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised he hasn't been voice broken yet. Okay, one more hit. Okay, finally. Oh my god. But yeah, there we go. That's the remembrance of the Lich Dragon. And that was one of the ancient dragons in the world of Elden Ring, named Fortisax. Now, Fortisax and Godwin have a very long history, apparently, and that's why he resides in the Deathbed Companion's dream. But anyway, once you defeat him, you can finally acquire another great rune, the Mending Rune of the Death Prince. And before you leave, make sure that you come to the grace right here, get yourself healed up, and grab Fia's clothing. Yeah, sure, because that's definitely not weird. But yeah, there you have it. That's the quest line for Fia the Deathbed Companion. And also the conclusion of the story of Godwin, the Prince of Death, and the first demigod to die. Or, well, technically not really, because I think the first demigod to die was Rani. But people credit Godwin as the first one, so I guess he really was the first one. But yeah, that, and also we did the best boss fight in terms of dragon boss fights in Elden Ring, because unfortunately, I hate to tell you this, but every other boss fight that involves a dragon really sucks. Fortisax was probably the best one, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fondled it up pretty badly, but it is what it is. But yeah, so on the next episode, I think I guess I'll finally have to do hit the Halic tree now, because we still have 2 days before the DLC arrives. Or I guess maybe 3 days, I don't know when this video will go up. But whatever the case may be, I guess the next stop is the Halic tree. So if you liked what you see, then be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And in the comment section, do tell me of any other games that you would like me to play, or whatever your thoughts are on the upcoming new DLC. Or if there are any challenges that you would like me to take during the DLCs coming around. So yeah, until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all in the next one.